How you doing, everyone? Welcome along to this video. So in this video I just want to discuss really with the upcoming Project Motor Racing soon be with us, 25th of November. Now, one thing they haven't covered, which I hope they will cover, it's the elephant in the room, it's the bugbear of every sim racer pretty much, and that is the penalty system. Now, obviously two parts of a penalty system for cutting track, gaining an advantage and stuff like that, especially in a race situation. I think sort of hot laps and everything else, as we see in sort of ACC and other titles, it will just dirty the lap if you cut the track, or you're sort of more than a third of the car or something like that off the track. But my thing is penalty systems to do with racing online with other online players, actually, yeah, real life players, not AI or anything like that. Now, I have sort of looked over the internet, I've looked at articles to do with the title so far. I did a search on Google, which was quite funny because it's done an AI overview, and it says Project Motor Racing uses an automated penalty system that penalises drivers for gaining a significant time advantage by cutting corners or other infractions. But I don't think this is actually to do with Project Motor Racing. I think they've maybe just pulled a lot of information from different titles and then stuck Project Motor Racing on the sort of beginning of it. So as I said, the elephant in the room for me is they haven't discussed what the online penalty system is going to be. Now, this for me, I think they need to do it before the title comes out. Obviously, I mean, people in the description box below, definitely leave your comments and let me know whether you feel the same or whether you feel they don't have to let us know and they'll release the game and we'll sort of find out as we play it. But as we all know, there's different titles out there that penalty systems are good. There's titles out there where penalty systems are pretty shocking. I don't think there's no middle ground. I'm just sort of trying to think what I've seen through penalty systems and stuff like that. I know Forza Motorsport adjusted theirs throughout the sort of time of the game, and it didn't seem too bad in the end. Gran Turismo, I think there's still a massive issue with their penalty systems from what I've seen with players on there, where, like I said, you can get penalised and it's not even your fault, which is like, yeah, shocking to be fair. ACC for me is a difficult one because they don't, or they never did go the sort of penalising the driver that instigated or was at fault to do with, say, obviously damage coming together, crashes and stuff like that. So they haven't actually got one. In theory, they've got one for offline, as I touched on at the beginning of this video, for sort of hot laps and stuff. If you miss parts of the track or you cut the track, your lap's dirty, invalid. But yeah, thinking about it, they don't actually have an online penalty system. And I think this is where then you've got the issues with the online open lobbies, the lobbies that anyone can sort of pretty much jump in when they want to race, because there's no real comebacks. As I mean, yeah, you can report players on console now. Not too sure whether in the end this would work, whether it be an accumulation of people reporting the same driver and if they get so many reports. But I haven't actually heard of anything where a driver's been banned on ACC or anything like that, especially on console. So I think what ACC did was they were hoping that, as why I like the league racing, the sort of organised race events, championships, leagues, that they have a system to police basically the incidents in a race. Yes, you have to get the replay, you have to obviously chop the part where the incidents happened, and you have to submit obviously, yeah, the replays and the evidence and put your side across, but then you'll get an outcome. So yeah, ACC is a funny one. Like I said, maybe they just felt that there is no way of properly policing via a sort of AI type thing that's built into the actual game itself. So as I said, that's yeah. So really for me, it's only sort of GT7 who have tried it. Forza Motorsport and the Forzas before Motorsport tried it. So as I said, it's definitely going to be interesting to see. Rennsport, I'm not sure. Again, sort of the races that I've been in, which hasn't been many to be fair, with Rennsport Online, I don't know. I don't think there's a penalty system with that either. LMU, I don't think again there's a penalty system. I think you have to what's the word, you have to, yeah, well you do, you have to submit a report, which sometimes I think we noticed there was a stream I did where I couldn't actually submit because somebody had sort of wiped me out, as I felt intentionally, and the report system was down. So again, it's, yeah, okay, there's a report system. I mean, it's also as well, thinking about it, you could do a system like a league or a championship that communities run, a bit like LMU, I suppose, where you report somebody, but you then say, I think they say lap whatever and who car it was and whatever, and then they've got to go and look. But the problem is who is actually getting these reports, who is actually sitting there and going through all these reports for people that are online, especially if a title is popular like LMU. You imagine the amount of reports that have to go into whoever does it. In the end, it's just not going to be cost effective. So if I was to ask, or not so much ask, well, definitely ask people again in the comment section, let me know what way you would go if you were given the option of an ACC style where there is no penalty system for dirty driving, bad driving, purposely getting taken out by a driver, or would you go the other side and put all your trust in a system like Gran Turismo 7 or Forza Motorsport? So yeah, definitely let me know, and as I said, hopefully Project Motor Racing will let us know whether there is a system in place, because it might not be that there is. They might go the ACC route. I'm not 100% sure what the penalty system was like in Project Cars 2. So yeah, maybe do some research on that. But yeah, as I said, just a quick video. I just sort of thought about it, sat down today and thought, hang on, there's all this stuff coming out about Project Motor Racing, and they've just released about the online racing side, and which looks really good, to be fair. I probably won't make a video on it because all the information's there, but stuff about, yeah, you can set your own lobbies up and stuff like that, like ACC on console, where you can create your own lobby where you don't actually have to pay to create it and use it. So that's a good thing. But as I said, I think they're just missing where they need to let us know if they have actually got, or they've tried to put in a penalty system like your Gran Turismos, your Forza Motorsport, or whether they've just left it to sort of its own devices like we've got in ACC. So yeah, definitely be interested to see what it's like. Obviously, if we have to wait till the 25th, we have to wait. But yeah, it is what it is. But as I said, and I can't stress enough, definitely leave your comments in the comment section below. I definitely want to hear from you on what your take is on it, what you'd like to see. But yeah, as I say, guys, sort of, well, didn't turn into, supposed to be a quick video. It's now sort of 9 odd minutes long. But yeah, as always, guys, thank you so much for watching the video, and as always, I'll catch you on the next one.